Giving it all we got, giving it all we can, giving it all we got. Oh, climbing up to the top of the world, no fear, we're gonna make it. Everything we want is ours. Whoa.
Well, another night of massive rain here on the farm. It was pretty heavy all night. I knew that it was going to be, there was going to be some damage or some wetness. Whoa, what is that? I do see that birds right there, that the water level is definitely up. That was one of the concerns, was whether or not we're getting overflow the banks. But you can see right there, it's already touching the bottom of the bottom rung there of the bridge. Well, it's still early. It'll probably, maybe by the afternoon or mid-morning or something like that, it'll drop at least where it's not touching. If it stays up there all day and there's no more rain, that tells me that we're at like almost 100% saturation, which means the water table just can't take any more water. So if it does rain heavy later today or again, then it'll probably overflow. You can see right there on that side, it's just about at the bank. Although it's raised over there because we pulled all that weed. That's all raised up. The real bank is below there, so the water level pretty close. It is concerning. Yesterday we went out to our local waterfall again because we knew it was raining. Actually, it was good weather. We were supposed to go Sunday with some friends, and then they couldn't go till Monday, so we waited, and then we went yesterday. And good, because Sunday was all dismal out here, raining, and then on Monday it was all sunshiny, when they got here and stuff. And when we got to the waterfall, it was kind of nice. It is just blowing. The rainy season is still here, and I don't know, the mist is probably going to catch on the lens. But my word, it is blowing. Look at that, it's just circling right there. It's a bit gray because you're in a canopy of tropical forest or whatever. But sure enough, we weren't there. We got up to the waterfalls and saw everything, and then all of a sudden, started raining. I figured it would rain in the waterfall area, and then maybe not down the mountain or whatever. But evidently I was wrong. I looked up my weather on the phone on the weather app and had 3 severe storm warnings. I'm like, what? Sure enough, it rained the whole day. Man, it just rained all into the night, through the night. I woke up 4 or 5 times. And it rained. And I can see now that one of my other papaya trees succumbed to the rain. Good, it fell right there in the crick of the tree. But those were the long papaya, man, big ones. So I'm gonna have to, my wife actually told me about that. I'm gonna have to stand that up. I should be able to stand it up and prop it up. It should still be able to grow. Roots are kind of funny with these trees with the papaya. I did it to that one, remember? It's still healthy. I did it twice to that one, or maybe 3 times, I don't know. But The garden's always usually pretty good about taking on water and dealing with it, or the back garden, I guess we could call it. But the same I can see when the mud, or I should say when I can see water puddles, like especially over there under the trees and back there, when I can see water at the surface, again, I know that the ground is saturated. That means you go walking over there, it's just going to be squished right in there. So yeah, man, wet. And it's supposed to be, you know, October marks the end of the rainy season. So maybe it's just trying to catch up and give us all the rain that we missed during the middle part of the rainy season. Guy just collected trash. He's probably happy about my new trash platform. Makes it easy for him. Well, yeah. I haven't been doing much. I tried to relax, you know, like going to the waterfall, whatever, because my shoulder, the boat is full of water. I wonder if I fill that boat up with water, if it would actually sink or just ride at the, it'd probably ride at the level of the water. Oh, I can see that filled up. Still working on my second stained glass. My little fence blew over, I see. But you know, rain or shine, I do need to work on my, or I want to work on my front gate. But I gotta bring the gate, I gotta take it off, and I gotta wheel it back here. And that road is probably, I mean, I gotta come all the way down there from there and wheel that gate all the way back up here. And I'm gonna venture to say that with all this rain and the heavy gate, it's gonna be squashing through all this mud if I do it today. But you know, it's actually good weather right now in terms of the temperature only. Perfect temperature. It's not too humid. It's good temperature to work. I got to bring the gate back over here, clear this area a little bit, lay it down so I can cut the wheels off and get my other wheels on. Figure out the guide up there too. I should probably take that up there and go take a look at it. All right, you know what? There is a little bit of sun. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's cracking through there. Woo! So, a little bit of sunshine. Maybe I'll take this opportunity to bring the gate down here. But I gotta be able to finish the gate if I want to get it back up there, or finish the cutting of the gate and putting those new wheels on it. It should be pretty easy to put the track up there because I got my nail gun, right? And for all intentional purposes, in my mind, I think I can finish that part today. That way I can still close the gate at night. Otherwise, the gate's gonna be laid up here and there'll be no gate on the front door tonight. All right, well, let me do that and we'll take a look and see if I can get it over there without falling over. All right, back at you. Well, I got it back in here. Now I'm gonna take the bolts out of the wheels, get it so I can, I don't know if I can lay it down. Now maybe I only have to tilt it a little bit and then cut that one side off and then tilt it this way, maybe cut the other side off. I could clear all this stuff out and lay it down. It's probably what I should do, lazy as I am. But yeah, these things, you know, they're on rusted. I just unloosened it. I could have done it by hand actually, but I just turned it once. It was very loose, so that should be enough. I'd be able to knock that thing out easy enough. All right, man. Let me get back at you. All right. Well, I got it prepped up here. I raised it a little bit, so I was looking at, you know, of course, my trusty grinder, and I am wearing my apron again, of course, but this is my apron. Look at that gash, man. That thing, and I think I just showed you, but yeah, I'll show you again. It's healing. Ain't worry about it. But I think I'm gonna cut from underneath here. I thought of doing it on this side, but I don't want to go in at an angle. So I'm gonna try to go straight across, you know, straight across here, flush with the weld, so I can get that piece off of there. And hopefully that's the last blade I got, so hopefully I can make it happen with this blade. It'll cut smoother. This is a thicker blade. The smaller ones on that big stuff, they just explode, and you don't want that going in you like shrapnel. But yeah, let's see if I can get to it. I don't know, man. I don't think that's gonna work. I got a little bit of a cut in here, but that is a fairly small cut for what I gotta do. And that blade it's probably gonna get all smashed up before it'll probably break or something before it's able to cut through all that. Of course, I'm also sketchy because, you know, I don't want to hurt myself. I'm wondering if I can't just do the stick weld, get that thing so hot that I can actually, you know, break it off. It's just welded on this side. It's not welded like in here. Just a weld right there, so maybe I'll try and, that's what I'm gonna do, you know, I'm gonna try and heat that up and get it off. Let's check it out. Yeah, so I did use my hacksaw, seemed to be cutting better, but the last part I did use the grinder to cut through that weld actually. The more weld I put on there. But I cut through that one, probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes for one. It's like mixing cement. It's gonna kick my butt and knock all four of them out. And being that I'm nursing my left shoulder, anyway, let's get her done. Oh, well, I found a easier solution. I was actually able to use the grinder, you know, the cutter, because, you know, I took this off. All right, I hacksawed it, and then I ground the end or whatever, because the idea is that the rail goes on here. You know, I need it to be flush, you know, so there's no big old bump here, so I would grind this down, right? But then, and that's because I needed to really get rid of this weld material. But then I realized, or I remember, I should say, that the rail has these standouts on it. So this actually stands well above, or I should say beyond, that weld, which means technically I could cut this thing, I could cut it above the weld, which would mean that my grinder cutter would be a smoother cut. I could probably, you know, get it through there, and so that's what I did with these two down here. I used the grinder, and I just was able to cut above. You can see that I cut this, you know, a little bit higher, just on top of the weld, because that thing will stand up here and it'll be high enough not to worry about it. Anyway, so now that I have you know, now that I have those cut, I can get to figuring out how to put on the roller skating wheels. All right, man, let me get at it. Whew. Okay, well, here we are. Boom. I only have 4 bolts, so I use those 2 there and then 2 down there. I will go buy it and I'll be able to put it in, but I can put it in when the gate's up there. So this thing does move, and I noticed that if I turn it right, it tightens, and if I turn it left, it loosens. So I think it might have, probably have a little bit of play, just in case or whatever, balance or something. And then once I get it up there, I think I'm going to loosen this one to make it rest, you know, flat on that bar like it should. Those are the minor adjustments I think that I'll probably have to make when I do get it up there. But now, you know, the task is to really get the gate back up there. And although you might have seen it was relatively easy enough to get it over here because it had those big rubber wheels, now it's got metal wheels that don't bounce over rocks and stuff. So basically I have to drag it over there. I can't lift it. Well, that's right, I was going to try and make some kind of cart with this wheel. Maybe I could do something like that. Just go like this, and then like that, and then put it right on there. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. We'll see how that looks. Huh. Good idea, Craig. All right, back at it. Well, it kind of worked. I did put it in there, but I needed that extra piece of wood in there, if you see that, because this was touching the ground the same as that. So I'm like, how am I gonna do that? I just happened to have a piece of wood that was that long. It's one of those teak slats that I had. I don't know if it'll stay in one place, but I do know that it's, you know, it's elevated, you know, a half inch or more above, below the, or not elevated, but whatever. The casters are higher than the wheels, so we'll see how it goes. Boom. I'll probably fall over. Well, I got it here. Those wheels didn't work. Didn't even get it off the dang rock part with they didn't work. Then I backed my truck up. I figured, well, maybe I can figure it out. But it was like 80% of it was hanging off the back of the truck, and I couldn't balance it. I was gonna put something heavy on top of it to hold it like this, but I didn't have enough heavy stuff. I thought maybe if I could just get it off of the rocks the road was smoother and they'd roll smoother. And they did, but they'd roll for about 10 feet, and then this thing would turn, and then it would, and then eventually it just started digging in the dirt. And damn, man, oh, my shoulder wasn't messed up before. I just probably set it back another week or 2 or 3 or 4. And inside of my arms, I wrapped them with a towel, and that once I had to lift the gate 100 times. And now that it's here, I gotta actually, you know, I gotta clean all that out. Before it dries in there. But oh my God. And actually that's the reverse side. Before I had this stuff on this side, but I think with that bar, when I put those bolts here, it'll still come past this, so I'm probably still all right with the bar. So this is and also I had to break some of these welds because it was gonna fall on me. I don't know how many times over here. I had, whoa, I grabbed something like this one and broke it. That was broke from pounding it, but this whole diamond broke off here. That's half of it over here. The other half's way the hell down there somewhere. You know, one of these diamonds. But I'll wait till the power's up here. Get the welder. But I got it in place for now, but I gotta go get my nail gun so I can put this on there and get that going, so at least I can open and close it. And then I'll also have to see where we're at with these. All right, man. Oh my God, let's go get it. Well, I got my track laid out. Just gotta, you know, bolt it in there. Make sure there's no spent cartridge in there. I'll take these gloves off. Dead, man. Dead. Well, I gotta get it on the track, I think, to get the other side of that one. This one cracked up. We'll have to see what that looks like. But yeah, man, let's lift this up. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta dig that dirt out from in the wheels. I suppose the metal will dig it out. Well, it looks like it runs as smooth as it did with the wheels. For now anyway. It's a little tilted, but because I don't have the guide up there yet. But yeah, that little mud back there I can knock off. But anyway, let me get this guide sorted out. Maybe we can actually get the guide in there today. All right, let me get back at you. Okay, well, I did what I could today, and now I'm done for today. So what I did, I think I showed you before, bolted that down. Now I put the overhead guides there, which are fine for this side, right? And I actually, it's a bit rough right there, but I also put a temporary stop right here because I don't have the power yet. And when the power's hooked up, there'll be a magnet that makes that stop. But last night when we were coming home, Dad opened the gate and sent it flying off the end over here. Went right off the end. And I put a stop right there too. Boom. So, but like I mentioned before, these things right here, they will catch on this inside guide. And I was going to use my laser, but I didn't. I should have, because this is not aligned with that. Now the track is, the track is straight, but this pillar is inside more. So when the gate comes, it's not aligned. See, it'll go in, but it's not aligned, so I have to move this out. Probably another smaller pipe, but one more distance of that, you know, and then I have to do something about those things. I did take this one, you see here, this one actually broke, and for now I bent it over and stuck it underneath there, so that's smooth. So I might just cut them and bend them in, but I would still need to grind the rough stuff off, you know, to ultimately make it smooth. But anyway, that's all I got today, man. It's getting there, you know. I mean, those things, the wheels and the guides are new, but everything else is scrapped, so it's also bent. All right. Thanks for watching, and keep watching. We'll get back at you with more broken shit here on the Banog.